Hello friends, I am happy to connect with you after a long time. Today I am going to showcase the latest development in GIS portal. So here is the login screen, and when I log in into the GIS portal, so you may notice that many of the tools and buttons and menu items have changed their locations. So you can see this is a home button. So if I zoom into some area, and if I click a home button, it will take me to its initial position. So there is a home button, that's how it works. And this is a search feature. So if I click something like, for example, RAM, and then it will identify all the states and districts which is having RAM in their name, and it is listed over here. India states, Mizoram is having RAM in their name, and other districts are having RAM. So if I click any on of these districts, say this one, so it will take me to that place and map will be zoomed. So that is how I can click anywhere and map will take me to that place. I can click on Mizoram state as well. So this is how it will be displayed. If I just cross this button, so it will be cleared, and once I click on home button, again I'll reach back to my original position. So this is how home and search button works. Apart from that, if you see on the bottom right, it is showing zoom scale, which is 4.5 right now. It is also showing scale and latitude longitude of my cursor. So if I move the cursor, it will show the lat long. At the same time, if I zoom in the map, you can see the zoom numbers and scale are changing. So this is how it works based on my mouse movement and my interaction with the map. The zoom scale and the zoom level will show. It is also showing in the map that as soon as I zoom, some layers will start appearing. So you can see now district layers are displaying, and gradually when I zoom in, road network and other layers will start appearing. So let me zoom in further. So now road network is visible. So different layers are scale dependent. That is how it is configured in this application. Apart from that, in the bottom center, we have a logo of the organization. Here it is in GIS Simplified. On the bottom left corner, it is showing a button. So let me first zoom to the home location. And then when I click on this, it is showing three different kinds of a base map. One is OSM, other is satellite image, and third one is a none, which is a blank image. So let me just click on the OSM. So as soon as I click there, the base map will change. So now it is OSM as the backend, and I can switch from OSM to say satellite image. If I click that, this is how the satellite image will change, and I can zoom in, and as soon as I keep on zooming in, the details will start appearing in satellite image. More and more clear images will be fetched from the server. And finally, I can click on this blank image. So it will be blank. So my data will be visible and base map will be clear. So this is how I have configured various base map. You can add as many base map as you require. I have configured 3 base maps. So this is how it is. Apart from that, if you look at the left panel, I have layers button, feature info button, some tools, editing related functionality, and then login, log off. Okay, so let us start with the maps button. So if I click here, you can see it is quickly showing layers and legends. So if I click on layers, it is showing grouping in terms of admin boundary and language layers. And I can switch on and off any layer as per my requirement. And all these are scale dependent layers. So you can see road network layer is right now grayed out because it is not being displayed at this scale. If I zoom in, it will start becoming visible and this will become active. Okay, so this is how layers are displayed. In the legends part, you can see since I am having 3 layers, it is showing India states, India districts, and road network. So these are the layers which I have added into my map. So accordingly, legends are being displayed. So this is how layers and legends part. Now if I go to the feature info, it will open up a feature info panel like this. And let me just go back to the initial position. And now feature info button is active. If I click on say Rajasthan, it will highlight the feature that has been selected based on my click location. It will also show the attributes which are there in the database. So layer, state name and type, all these things are coming from the attributes. So I can keep on clicking any location, the information will change, map will also change the selected feature. So it will be highlighted on the map. Now you will wonder, what if I am having number of feature at the same click location? So let me just zoom in. Now here I am having district as well as state. So if I click on this Gwalior location, first of all, a state layer has been selected and it is showing its details. The same state is also highlighted on the map, as you can see. And now if I click this next button, it is showing 1 out of 2 feature is showing. If I click the next, then 2 out of 2, and this Gwalior is selected on the map and it is showing the attributes of the district layer Gwalior, and it is a part of Madhya Pradesh state. So like this I can click somewhere else also. So it will first show the state layer details and then district layer details. Again, I can have as many layers as per requirement. Like if I zoom in, and road network will start appearing. So now if I click at this position, it will have 3 layers identified. You can see at the bottom 1 out of 3. So first is state. If I click next, then it is a district, Lalitpur. And if I click next, then it is a selected particular small segment of road network. And these attributes are coming from the database. Right. So this is how feature info button works. You can select any feature on the map and it will be displayed based on the user click location. So if I click next, that is how it will appear on the map. Now if I just click on this identify button or say feature info, the map will be cleared and the feature info panel will be closed. Now after that, what I have is tools section. So tools panel will open. And here there are multiple tools. You would have seen in the previous version also. Click on length and it will start measuring the length. You can see the length is displayed on the map. With yellow color it has been highlighted. So you can measure as many length. It will add the graphics on the map showing the length. If I just click again on the length button, the graphics will be cleared and button is disabled. Similarly, if I click on area, it will start measuring the area. And if I click this button again, the map will be clear. So that is how measure functionality works. Now digitize feature. It means that I can digitize on the map and I can download these features in terms of KML file. So let me show you. I will digitize the line feature. And this is a tool to start digitizing. So I have digitized a line like this on the map. You can see. And if I double click, the digitization is over. For this particular line, I can digitize the other line and double click to finish that line. So I have digitized 2 lines. Now if I click on download, it will quickly download the file in terms of JSON or KML as per your requirement. Right now it is downloaded in terms of GeoJSON. I can display this file on any standard GIS software or Google Earth. So this is how digitize feature works. So I can digitize not only line but point, line, polygon, everything. I can digitize the polygon as well. Just click this button to start digitizing. So it will digitize the polygon and then I can download this thing in the GeoJSON format. So this is how it works. We can extend this download functionality to export in terms of KML, shapefile or any other standard format. So this is how digitize feature functionality works. Now if I come back to attribute query and let me again click on this home button to take to the initial position. Now I can configure this thing like whatever layer I want to query. You can see over here I have provided district and state layer but not the road network for the attribute query. You can define which layer you want to appear on attribute query. So click on India district. I want to select all the India district with discriminate like, again I would say Ram, and then just click on run. So it will fetch all the districts which is having Ram in their name and again listed here. You can see at the bottom. So you can just scroll through that and all those features are highlighted on the map as well with the cyan color. You can see over here. And now if I click on any of this district on the table, say if I'm clicking on Gurugram row, then it will take me to the particular location. So map will be zoomed to that particular district. So like this, I can keep on clicking, and then it will show me the appropriate district. Now we can expand this functionality to provide a button over here to export in Excel like that. So we can do that. Even export this entire selected feature in KML or shapefile along with attributes. So we can expand like that as per the requirement. So I'm just clicking all this clear. So you can provide any layer for attribute query. Similarly, what I have is a spatial query. So for that, again, I'll go back to the initial position. Now for spatial query, I have provided road network, district and states, all the layers. Now I want to select the district with our intersecting with a particular line, and I have to draw the line on the map. So I am drawing this line. So whichever districts are intersecting with this line will be selected on the map. So let us execute this query, and you can see the features are selected. The map is zoomed to that particular location where the features are selected, and all the districts which are intersecting with this line are listed over here. So I can click on any of this district and it will take me to that position. So like that, I can keep on clicking. So features are exported. Now we can provide again like a functionality to export this selected feature along with attributes into shapefile or KML. Or we can also export only this table into the Excel file. So all those functionalities can be provided. So let me just clear this map, go back to the initial position. Now the way we have done intersecting, I can also do completely within. For that, let me just zoom in so that district starts becoming visible. Now I am drawing a polygon and I want to select all the districts that are completely within in the polygon. So let me draw that polygon. So I am drawing a small polygon. So whichever districts which are completely within should be selected. Let me execute that query. And now you can see all these districts are selected which are completely within my polygon. So even intersected districts are not selected, only which are completely within. Here they are listed and I can just zoom to that location, right? So again, all these functionalities are easily available, right? Let me go to the plot and just click on plot, and you can see the PDF has been exported, and this is how the PDF looks like. So whatever is displayed on the screen in this particular area will be exported in whichever file size, paper size, or whichever format you want. So I can export to JPG as well. So let me zoom into a particular area and we will export to JPG file. So let me zoom to this Madhya Pradesh, and then I would say I want the JPG and click on plot. This JPG has been exported and you can view this file. Just click on this open file and you can see that this is the JPEG file. It is exported based on the extent of the map. So that's how it works. So these are all tools available within this tools panel. Now let us close this thing, go back to the initial position, and then let us look at this editing functionality. Now here you have to select the layer which you want to edit, and you can see I have not provided district and state layer for the editing. I have provided only road network for the editing. So I can define which layer I want to edit. Now for editing, what I have kept is, let me show you. If I click the road network for editing, and if I click on start editing, it will ask me to zoom to at least a scale of 5000. So I'll just close this arrow and let me zoom to the scale of 5000. Because otherwise you cannot do the digitization at a very higher scale. This scale configuration is still customizable. So you can see in the bottom right, it is still a 17,000 scale. So if I click on start editing, it will still give me an error. So let me just zoom to appropriate layer. Now it is 4166. So now when I click on start editing, it is allowing me to do the editing. Now for convenience purpose, let me just switch my base map to say satellite image. Now I can see the satellite image, and now I want to add a feature. Say for example, I want to add a road over here. So let me just add this particular patch of road. So it is snapping. You can see wherever it is finding a feature, it is snapping. So it will ensure that your all the network digitization is end-to-end connected with snapping. So I can just click on this thing and I can keep on digitizing and double click to finish. As soon as you double click, it will ask for the attributes, like which attribute you want to update. So for example, road name, I want to say XYZ. I am keeping all other attributes blank. So I have digitized this particular road patch. I have provided the attribute, and if I click on save, system will tell me that record updated successfully. Okay. Now let me just cancel this thing. And now you can see this particular road page has been added into the database. So I have done the digitization, provided the attributes, right? So let me show you whether road looks clearly or not. So if I just click on the none, you can see the road which we have digitized is available to us. So this is how you can do the digitization. You can select the layer you want to edit. You can start the editing. And now instead of add features, say you want to modify the feature, just click on that, select the feature you want to modify. So the feature is selected on the map, and now you can change the shape the way you want. The shape has been changed. Now let me say save. So the record will be saved onto the database. This is the old road, this is a new road. So now let me just come out. If I do zoom in and zoom out, you can see the tile of that old road is removed and now new road looks like this. So this is again a old tile. So if you keep on refreshing the map, the tiles will be refreshed. Okay. So similarly, I can modify the attributes. Even I can delete the feature. So let me disable modify attribute and enable delete feature. Now let me select the feature which I want to delete, and I'll say delete. So record updated successfully, and you can see the feature has been deleted. Now if I do stop editing and if I zoom in and zoom out, the feature is no more, right? These tiles are coming from old references. So if you keep on refreshing the map, it will disappear because it is not there in the database. Right now when we zoom in and if at all you see the road, it is from the local browser memory. It has actually been deleted from the database, right? So this is how it works. So entire end-to-end editing functionality with attributes is available. So at the end, you can just click on this log off functionality. So it will be logged out. So user is logged out. Now you may wonder, I have given end-to-end functionality for entire India to a particular user. What if I want to restrict a person to a particular region? So here I have created a Gujarat user. He will log in with his credential, and when I click login, you may see that a person will get access of only Gujarat region. No other area is visible to him. Even if I switch base map, you can see the base map is available for entire region, but data will not be available. So if I keep on zooming in, other layers will start appearing, but only limited to Gujarat region. Let me show you that road network will start becoming visible. So for that, let me switch to none and see road network is up to Gujarat boundary only. So that is how you can control access to a particular user so that they can do editing, query, analysis of that particular area only. Even this search functionality is limited to Gujarat now. So if I click on RAM, and if there is no place with name RAM in district or state, it will not be displayed. So if I click BAD, then Ahmedabad is one of the district, right? So it is displayed. And if I click on that, it will zoom to Ahmedabad. So if particular district is not within this visible range, it will not be displayed even in this case. Similarly, all the functionalities Like if I go to the tools and if I go to the spatial query, I want to select all the districts which are intersecting with a particular line. If I click and digitize a line, you can see the line is limited to this particular region only. If I click run, only this limited number of districts will be selected. They will be displayed over here and all are from Gujarat. So this spatial query, attribute query, everything is limited to the Gujarat for this person. Similarly, I can have a user for Madhya Pradesh, I can have a user for Tamil Nadu, Karnataka based on the credential that I provide. So you may think that where I am providing all this functionality. So let me take you to the user management part of it. So let me log off, and from the same portal, user will log in as an admin user. So you can see this is the admin user. Now if I log in, you may see a admin panel. Fantastic. So it is divided into user management, role management, layer management and other configuration. So let me start from the configuration. So this is how I have configured what is the port of my server, what is my workspace, the projection of my data, initial coordinate, zoom level and max zoom. So based on that, when a user logs in, he'll be zoomed to a particular location. Now here it is showing the layers. So you can see road, district and state are the layer which I have added into my database and they are displayed on the map. So they are coming from here. So these are the various layers. Here I can have hundreds of layers and I can add as many layers as per my requirement. So when I create a layer, I have to provide the various inputs and these inputs are coming from the geo server. So let me go back and show you the details. I can view, I can edit or I can delete a layer. So let me just view a particular layer. So it is a GIS main India district. This detail is coming from geo server. The title that I want to keep, I can keep any title for this particular layer, but this must match with the geo server WFS layer configuration. It should be part of which group? You would have seen that in our case layers will be was divided into admin boundary and land based boundary. So this is how we define layer group, whether you want to make it initially visible, what is this minimum zoom scale, maximum zoom scale, what is the whether it should participate in attribute query, whether it should participate in spatial query, whether editing should be allowed, right? And whether it should appear in the live search, what will be the attribute to be considered for live search. So all this configuration for particular layer. And so this particular district layer was not available for editing. So that was configured over here, right? I can change those configuration going to edit and I can change, right? Whatever parameter I want to change, I can change from here. But right now I'm keeping this as it is. Now this is how I define the layer. Now for roles, like which user will have access to what layer and what functionality. So let me first show you a Gujarat user, right? So a Gujarat username is GUJA01. There is a description. The Gujarat user is having functionality of all the applications like home, layers, measurements. So all the buttons that were visible there are assigned to Gujarat user from here. So even I can remove, like for example, for Gujarat user, I don't want to provide any editing functionality. I can remove that. I will show you how to do that. Apart from that, Gujarat user will have access to all the layers or selected layers that I can define here. I can just select any layer and click this, so it will be removed from the access. And in the region, I have defined that this user should have access to Gujarat only. So that's how I have defined. And so this is a Gujarat user. Similarly, India user, if I just view that, it is having all the applications. It is having access to all the layers and all the regions, north, south, east, west. That's how it is. So let me quickly edit the Gujarat user and show you. So if I go to the Gujarat user, it is having access to all the functionalities. So I just want to remove the editing functionality. So just remove that. So editing is removed. Now I want to remove the access to say district layer. I just remove that. I want to provide in addition to Gujarat, I would say Rajasthan. So 2 states at a time. Rajasthan has been added. So he is having access to Gujarat and Rajasthan. He is not having access to district layer. He is now not having access to editing functionality. Now let me just update this thing. Gujarat user has been updated. And now let me just log off from here. Let us log in with the Gujarat user. Let us see how it happens. Yeah, you can see now this Gujarat user is having access to Gujarat and Rajasthan. So earlier when I load the map, it was zoomed to the Gujarat only, but now it is zoomed to the Gujarat and Rajasthan. And now you can see over here, there are only 3 buttons. The editing 4th button is not at all visible. Excellent. So this user is not having access to editing functionality. Isn't it beautiful? Now let me zoom in and let us see if district layer is at all becoming visible, because we have removed the access to district layer. So if I keep on zooming in, district layer will not appear because we have not provided the access. And now if I keep on zooming further, at some scale, road network will start becoming visible. You can see. So district is not becoming visible. We have not provided access to it. Roads are visible and state are visible. And if I just click on home again, it will zoom to Gujarat and Rajasthan. Such a beautiful functionality. Feature info will work as it is. If I click on Rajasthan, it will show Rajasthan. If I click on Gujarat, it will show Gujarat. So every functionality is now working as per the credentials provided, as per the authorization provided to this particular user. So this is how it works. Now in Rajasthan, I remember there is a Jodhpur. So if I click on Pur, it will identify all the states and districts which are having Pur. But Pur is a district, right? Jodhpur is a district, and so it is not visible because we have not provided access of district layer. Excellent. So all these functionalities are behaving the way we want. Now if I just provide THAN, then it will show me Rajasthan, right? Because it is a part of state layer. District layers are not participating here. Excellent. So all the functionalities are controlled. Now just close this thing. Now let me just log off. Let me go to the admin panel again. Let me go to the Gujarat user and here provide the access to district layer again and update in database. And then let me log off from here. Log in as a Gujarat user. Just log in. You can see districts are visible now because I have provided the access. Now if I search here, Jodhpur should appear. Bharatpur is one of the district, right? Bharatpur is a district. I believe Jodhpur is not a district, so it is not appearing in the list. But Bharatpur is a district and so it is appearing. So now districts are appearing in the list. So this is how it works. So all the functionalities are controlled based on the layers that we provide, based on the functionality. So we have provided access to district layer, but editing is still not available. So this is how it behaves. So this is all about enterprise GIS portal that I have developed. One more thing that is left is this particular functionality, that is a GPS functionality. So if I just click on that, system will start following my location. If I allow the access, it will show a point where I am located on the map with a blue dot. You can see over here, it is showing a map with a blue dot. So that's where I am located. If I just disable that, it will stop appearing, right? So this is how it works. So this is an end-to-end GIS functionality available in enterprise GIS portal. We can customize it to the infinity, like based on user requirement, providing all the buffer, editing, advanced editing functionality like line offset, extend, trim, copy, mirror. All those functionalities can be provided. Union, intersection, all those geoprocessing functionalities can be provided. It can be customized to suit to a particular domain, for example utility, gas, power, electric, for example land use, land mapping, for example, district administration. So it can be customized as per your requirement. And believe me, this entire portal has been developed using a open source GIS technology. So there are no licensing cost involved as far as software is concerned. I hope you like it. If you want to build a similar kind of a portal for your requirement, message me in the comment section. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.